Hey ho, we all human. Come
Exactly.
On. Respect, respect.
Yes.
Different, that's all.
Try to
be like us.
Try not to forget. Try not to forget about the past, but definitely forgive the past. It's in the name, really. I act. Going off script. Abakabar!
You're awake now.
And welcome, Triple Mix, for another reaction video today. Now, I was looking on YouTube for something interesting that I could find, and it is a little bit controversial.
Oh,
so you have been warned. You know, I like a little bit of controversy in these videos.
You're eminent. A bit controversial.
Yeah. Don't wish to offend or anything, but I love politics and I love getting into the, you know, the crux of the crux of these type of things. So this video is the Indonesian Chinese still grappling with discrimination.
There we go.
Okay, so shall we dive into this?
Jakarta.
About 2.8 million ethnic Chinese live in Indonesia. They make up just 3% of the population, but over the generations, they've contributed greatly to Indonesia's economic and cultural development. They're called TIONGHOA, the Bahasa Indonesian word for Chinese people. Millions were born and raised in the country and identify as Indonesian Chinese. But their history has been mired by discrimination that has at times turned violent. Chinese migrants started settling on Indonesia's main island of Java in the late 13th century. They built a thriving community in Lasem, in the central part of the island, which became known as Tiongkok Kecil, or Little China. The Chinese lived and worked alongside local Indonesians, and intermarriage between the different
The Dutch.
They had part of the planet. Yeah, they were the middlemen, using them to
Will you stop farting?
to go.
I'm
In
not
between.
fighting at all.
I can still smell it.
That's your nose's problem,
Um,
not mine.
but yeah, the Dutch didn't help with the Chinese being used as middlemen between them and the Indonesians, I guess. But that was many centuries ago, and then that has clearly lived on throughout the centuries and still does to a certain extent. The bit I liked in the video was that in 1998, obviously after something horrible happened on the streets and Chinese people were killed, the new government kind of said, well, enough's enough. This is, you know, these people deserve to practice their culture. They deserve to be called whatever they want, and they deserve to, you know, live in that country like every other citizen. And now, you know, certain cultures and stuff are being introduced to Indonesia in the last 20 or so years. So that's a good thing. But obviously the history has not been kind to the Chinese, the ordinary Chinese people, but the main Chinese people, the rich Chinese people were used to help with the economy. So I guess it's bad and good from my point of view. What about you?
Whoa. That's very bloody sensitive topic. I mean, some part of the video I do agree, and I think it's in 1998, and then after that I have a Gus Dur, one of Abu Rahman Wahid, one of our ex-president, and yeah, he the ones saying now we stop that, and you know, we are the same basically. Chinese or whoever, if they are Indonesian citizen, then they are Indonesian. You know what I mean? Chinese culture with Indonesian culture is not that much different. Some Chinese still racist, some original Indonesia also racist. I think both ethnic have to be grown, and then some of them really open-minded, really grow already. That's why you can see that some people really accepted Chinese also accepted Indonesia, but some part of Indonesia, as a video say, still against Chinese, but some of the Chinese are still against the local as well. They don't want to be together with local.
Yeah.
So it's not just Indonesian, not just the Chinese as well. Because when you go, when you know the big firm in Indonesia, if a Chinese owner, Indonesian roots, I mean the original Indonesian, how can I say, I don't know, I'm not allowed to be a manager. This come from my friend who Chinese. This Chinese told me, if you work in my company, if you are not Chinese, you cannot be a manager. Hi.
Wow.
Yes, he told me. And that's the reason. Why my friend tell me? You know, he's Chinese as well. Because he also disagree with that. So you can see that some of Chinese is not that good. Some of Chinese really good. Don't do something because their background. Doesn't matter they are Chinese, doesn't matter they are Indonesian. If they are have a, you know, if they are talented, why not they become CEO? Why not they become manager? You know what I mean?
What do you think?
It just resembles the whole situation with Europe as well. You know, we've got very similar stuff going on in different European countries that I can refer to. You know, it's all down from the history, isn't it?
Yeah, seeps down. Doesn't
That's what it is. You know, so all started by Dutch when they divided, you know, the communities to a different level of the castes and stuff, and that's what created this kind of disbalance, you know, between superior citizens versus the ordinary citizens, even though the other ones were comers from a different country, which was again unfair to do that because they have been prioritized. You know, Europe is in very many ways similar to that, I can say, you know, because in Poland, if you're a German, you're not gonna have a very easy life. If you go to Germany as a Polish person, you're not gonna have a very easy life because resentment dies very hard.
Yeah.
Hey ho, we all human. Come
Exactly.
on. Respect.
Yes.
Different, that's all.
Try to
Try to be like us.
Try not to forget. try not to forget about the past, but definitely forgive the past. I think that's what
And
people
move
need
on to the future.
Thank you for that, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to give me a wee like and a subscribe. I would love you forever if you did that. But from us here, Sampa Jubilagi!
See ya.